When I was 10 years old, I used to get bullied at school, and I went through a pretty rough time. And I was telling my good friend Lewis Howes about this, and he thinks my story is very inspirational. So he introduced me to his good friend Dhar Mann. And if you don't know who Dhar Mann is, he's a guy who creates inspirational stories and posts them online. He's got billions of views, and I think he's one of the best storytellers out there. And he created this amazing story based on my life, and I'm about to react to it right now.
All right, Tony, this is your locker. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.
So when I was 10 years old, I started a new school.
Watch it!
Oh, I'm so sorry. You just messed with the wrong lad.
Who's this smoke with the freckled face?
My name's Tony. I just started here.
Well, Tony, you're not off to a very good start.
Look at his scrawny little arms.
Look at him. He's like a tweet.
I did get picked on because I had freckles on my face. I wasn't small, I was tall, and I was thin. We didn't have lockers like it shows here. I didn't bump or get bullied with the lockers like this. It was just more about my appearance.
I mean, I think I could just break him in half.
I said I was sorry. I didn't mean to. Teacher speckled hen who's boss.
Give me one good reason not to knock you out.
Another thing people called me speckled hen, and if you got bullied or you've been through this, you know, like silly things like that, they stick with you forever. So I always remember that.
Because I'm smaller than you. Maybe you should pick on someone your own size.
What are you saying? That I'm fat? That I'm a big lad?
No, I didn't mean it in a bad way.
I'm gonna punch the freckles out of your face.
Watch out, Max. Mr. Wilson's right there. I don't want to get in trouble again.
You better watch your back. Next time, they won't be able to save you.
So my bullies didn't threaten to hit me, they just called me names over and over again, and it was horrible.
There he is, just in time. Tea's almost ready. Tony, where you going? Well, what about your first day at school?
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, then you're going to at least have supper with us.
I'm not hungry.
I'll go talk to him. I take it you had a bad day.
It was fine.
That look on your face is otherwise. I made your favourite for dinner and you're not even hungry.
I hate this new school, Mom. I don't understand why we had to move. And I told you I'm not hungry.
Ah, I see. I take it you didn't make any new mates today?
No, just enemies.
Enemies?
Then this was true. I moved school. I wanted to stay in my old school with my friends. I didn't want to move schools. I wanted to stay where I was. Went there, got picked on, called freckle face.
You're a little too young for enemies, son. What happened?
This kid Max, I accidentally hit him with my locker, and now he says he's going to beat me up. He keeps calling me Freckleface and saying he's going to rip me apart.
Really? Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to tell your dad about this.
Please don't.
Phil, would you come in here?
I told you not to tell him.
What's going on?
Some lads at school were giving Tony a hard time. One tried to beat him up.
Is that right?
I'll let you two talk.
What are you going to do about it?
Nothing. He's bigger than me.
Who cares about how big the other bloke is? You need to stand up for yourself.
I would, but he'd knock me down in one punch.
Then get back up on your feet. Look, it doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down. What matters is how you pick yourself back up again.
But I've got noodles for arms. Even if I got back up, I'd just get knocked right back down.
Standing up for yourself. It's not just about this. It's about this. You gotta be smart. You gotta have confidence in yourself.
So what should I do next time Max messes with me?
Time to stop and walk away. If he doesn't listen, I've got a few moves that can help you with that.
Like boxing?
Yeah, I told you when you were old enough I was going to take you to some boxing club. My mate Bobby Beauty can teach you a few things, but for now I'm going to teach you how to dodge a punch. So, I'm going to come in with the right, I want you to dodge to the left. Here we go. Whoa, that's good. Nice. Now I'm going to come in with the left, I want you to try duck this one. Nice, good.
Some of this is true, some of it's not true. So what happened here is I went to my room crying, upset that I'd been getting picked on at school and people were calling us names. My mum come in and she was, what's wrong? And you know, give me hugs and all that. And then it was like my dad come in as well, and it was like the both of them weren't being nice to us like this. It was more like, tomorrow when you go to school you're going to punch that bully in the face. I was like, what? And I didn't really know how to punch. Here it shows me that my dad's teaches how to punch. My dad never taught me how to punch, but you know, my mum really pushed it on us to go to school and punch the bully in the face as hard as I could. And I was really frightened. I didn't want to do that.
A little bit faster now.
And let's see.
Come a little bit faster now.
So yeah, this here, we didn't do this. It makes for a great story though.
Teach me how to knock someone out.
I think that's for a lesson for Bobby to teach you another day. But let's just carry on with this for now, okay?
And that's true. My dad took us to Sunderland ABC, and that's when I met Bobby Butte, who was my coach, who was amazing, and we can talk about that in a little bit.
This crap never fills me up. I'm still hungry. I could go for some dessert.
Then go get some.
I've got any money.
I mean, you could always.
Yeah. How's it going, Freckleface? I love these. My mom used to pack them in my lunch every morning, but I'd eat them before I could even get to the bus.
This scene didn't happen, but I was getting called Freckleface all the time, but it makes for a great story.
I already told you, Max. It was an accident. Now leave me alone.
Maybe I wasn't clear. That's mine. Are you mental? I can destroy you with my pinky.
I'm not trying to fight you, Max.
Then give me that. Otherwise, we could have a problem. It seems the new kid has to learn a lesson.
I already told you, Max. I'm not trying to fight.
Too late, Spreckleface.
Stop teasing him, Max. Get him. He's making you look like an idiot.
Shut your gobs! Stop moving!
Not so tough now, are you, Max?
Be quiet and stop laughing!
You know what, Max? If you want it so bad, you can have it.
So this part didn't happen. I did go to school the next day after I spoke to my mum and dad in the bedroom, but I went with aggression and I was getting picked on again in school. Then at the end of school, when the bullies come out, I was building up all my might and I ran up and punched him as hard as I could in the face 1 or 2 times, bust all of his nose. There was a few people there. That's how I kind of dealt with the bully.
I stood up for myself.
Oh, that's my boy.
It was Max. He kept swinging, I kept ducking, I kept dodging. He even started spinning. He had this bloody mad look in his eyes too.
Sounds like those boys are really trying to hurt you. Should I tell the headmaster about this?
No, I don't think he'll ever mess with me again after this.
Here, when my dad didn't say should I tell the headmaster about that, what did happen is the headmaster called my mother after that happened that night and told her exactly what happened. And as far as I remember, my mum went pretty wild at the headmaster, saying that they told me to go in there and hit the bullies because I was standing up for myself, and that was kind of the end of that.
That's good, son. Come on, let's go home.
And yeah, they didn't mess with me ever again after this.
Don't get so excited, Freckles. This is gonna beat you after what you did to him.
Yeah, you might be quick, but you're still scrawny like a weasel. Next time you won't be so lucky.
Is everything okay?
Not really. No matter what I do, there's always going to be someone to put me down.
I'm guessing those lads aren't your friends.
It's not going to stop. I'm always going to get picked on for my size.
You're young. If it's size you're worried about, that can change.
How's that?
By training. I'm working really hard in the gym.
Like I mentioned, I wasn't getting picked on because of my size. I was getting picked on because of my face and maybe my appearance as well. And I did think this was going to last forever, because even though I hit the bully and I took care of them, when someone's saying something to you over and over again, giving you that complex about your appearance, I did then have a complex. I did then think, you know, there was something wrong with me, and that did continue.
You know, I know I've been teaching you how to dodge a punch, but think it's time for you to meet Bobby. He can really teach you how to fight.
Really?
Yeah. Soon you'll be eating lads like that for breakfast. But you gotta give you 100%. Boxing, it's not for those who are half interested in the sport.
Of course. If I really want to do this, I'm going to give it my all.
With help from Bobby, you'll be a boxer in no time. I'm sure of it.
Who knows? I might just be the greatest boxer this town's ever seen.
Not town, son. Country. And then let's see who has the guts to bully you then.
I get emotional at this part here. I watched this last night when my family, when it came out. When the kid says, you know, I'm going to be the greatest boxer this town has ever seen, that really hit me. I didn't see that. It makes for a great story. But when I think about it, and it brings back memories and how my career turned out and how I did become the most popular boxer in the city, just thinking about me being a kid and then not really understanding where my life would go with boxing, it really got us that part.
From that moment on, Tony decides to dedicate himself to being the best boxer possible. Tony trained hard with his new trainer Bobby every day. Although Tony was small, he used it to his advantage to be quick and nimble. And it didn't stop him from throwing fast, hard punches. Before long, he started competing. He knocked out boxer after boxer.
So I wasn't actually knocking boxers out. As a 10-year-old, it's so hard to knock boxers out. I was winning on points.
And within a few years, he became the #1 boxer in England for his age bracket.
Yeah, at age 13, I won the national title. I was the #1 in the country, and then again at 14.
One day, Tony got the biggest news of his life.
Mum, Dad,
What is it?
Teenage
just got a
Tony.
letter in the mail. Read it. They want us to represent England against Ireland.
He wasn't kidding.
Tony! Congratulations! Oh my goodness!
Gonna show them Irish who the real king is. Congratulations, son. Good job. Give me champ.
Now this is true, and I feel like I'm getting emotional now thinking about it. You know, when you're a kid and you dedicate your life to the sport like I did, and then you get that call up to represent your country, unbelievable. And yeah, this is true. The letter comes through the door and your family get very excited. And
At 14 years old, Tony received one of the biggest honors any fighter could ever ask for: to represent his own country.
This is what you trained for all your life. This is the biggest fight in your life. So you give it all you got, okay?
4 seconds out.
And Bobby was in my corner for this fight, and he wouldn't really give me that sort of advice. This is the biggest fight of your life. But obviously I knew that myself, and the way Bobby coached, he was more calm and collected. But yeah, this is great.
Come on, no, Tony, you can do it.
When the fight happened, Tony came fully prepared and gave it everything he had. He exchanged blows and went many rounds with the Irish boxer. Both fighters were so skilled that neither one of them could knock the other one out. At the end of the rounds, everything came down to a final tally. And the judges decided the Irish boxer was the winner. Tony and his family were devastated.
This is true. I fought Darren O'Neill in my first fight for England when I was 14 years old, and I lost that fight on points. And yeah, I was devastated. My family was very proud of us, but yeah, I was devastated.
He just needs a little more training. He'll be all right. Don't be too hard on him.
I can't believe they let him be us.
You gave it the best you had, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, but it still wasn't enough. You can't feel like I let the whole country down.
No, you didn't, Tony. You didn't let anyone down. Can't believe I thought Tony would win. What a letdown.
What do you expect? Just a lightweight, scrawny bloke. He'll never be a real contender.
Yeah, guess he was just a fluke. What a joke.
Yeah.
This makes for a great story. This didn't happen. People didn't come out and see that. If they did, and my team were around me, we would have jumped up and said something. But again, makes for a great story. Yes, I was gutted and devastated that I didn't, you know, win the fight. And when you're that age and you lose a fight for England, straight away you're thinking, I'm not going to get picked for England ever again. And like it mentioned, this was the biggest honour a boxer could do.
Hey, let me talk to him, okay?
Tony, being a champion, it's not always about winning or losing. It's about having the right attitude.
You saw what happened. How am I supposed to have a good attitude when the whole of England thinks that I'm a joke?
I like to see them call you a joke to your face.
Come on, let's be honest. I made a fool of myself tonight. Now people are laughing at us. I mean, it's just like school all over again. You know, maybe I'm just always gonna be the scrawny, freckle-faced kid. I should have just quit while I was ahead.
No. Tony, even some of the best boxers in the world, they lose from time to time. You can't let that stop you. Hey, what did you say to me when we first started?
That I wanted to be the best.
Yeah. And you'll never be that by quitting after losing one match.
So what should I do?
You keep fighting. Because like we've always talked about, it doesn't even matter how many times you get knocked down.
What matters is how many times you pick yourself back up.
Exactly. See?
This conversation is amazing. It really makes for a great story. And Bobby's style is not as like motivating as this, but Bobby did, you know, make me feel better, telling me, you know, it was a close fight. You will get another shot. You'll be able to fight for England again. You're still the #1 fighter in England, and that, you know, kept me wanting to continue and fight for them again.
Now, come on, let's get dinner. And tomorrow we start training again. Come on. Give me that. Yeah, come on, get your gloves, lad. And hey, training tomorrow.
Tony didn't know it yet, but his dad and Bobby were right. His boxing career was about to really take off. Tony continues to take down every opponent he faces and wins every match. By losing that big fight, it only motivated him to work harder and get better. Eventually, he goes on to become the European champion at the age of 16. And after years of hard work, he goes to the 2008 Beijing Olympics where he wins a medal in boxing. Tony's life completely changes, gaining the respect from people all around the world. He even meets the Queen. After a long and successful career, Tony dedicates himself to helping other athletes. He teaches millions of people how to box on his YouTube channel and eventually opens a gym in Santa Monica, California, where he trains other boxers.
Nice. Good. That's it.
Look who it is.
Well, if it isn't Max Taylor.
Tony Jeffries, the champ in the flesh. Long time, mate.
Yes. What brings you to the States?
We're on holiday. I figured while we're here, I'd pay you a visit. Blimey, you've come a long way, mate.
Yeah, I'm not that scrawny kid from school anymore who we used to pick on.
Yeah. Not too proud of those days.
Guy who bullied us didn't come to the States, but we speak. We kind of are friends now, if you like, but after time went on, we did become friends, pretty close friends as well.
Really sorry for how I treated you.
It's all right, mate. We were just kids back then. Speaking of kids, who's this lad?
It's my son, Andrew. I've showed him some of your old fights. He's a huge fan. Maybe you could show him a few quick moves, huh?
I've got a minute. Let's see what you've got.
Wait, really?
All right, mate. I want you to hit this right here as hard as you can. Ready? Oh, mate. If I was a bully at your school, I would definitely not be picking on you.
Thanks, Mr. Jeffries. But a lot of kids have been making fun of me.
Any advice you can give my son next time someone tries to bully him?
Yes, get it taught and threw it in his face, just like I did with you, old man.
That did work, didn't it?
No, but on a serious note, you've got to learn how to stand up for yourself. And if that doesn't work, speak to your teachers, speak to your headmaster.
I've tried, but some of the kids aren't even my school.
Well, you tell them to stop and walk away. And if that doesn't work, you're gonna have to learn how to defend yourself.
You mean like fight back? What if they knock me down?
Then you get back up on your feet. Because, you know, as my father used to say to me, it doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down, what matters is how you pick yourself back up again.
Thanks, Mr. Jeffries. I love that. Could you teach me how to throw a few punches?
Now, would I give advice to kids about, you know, fighting back if they get bullied? Would I give the same advice my parents give to me to others? I don't know. I think we do need to stand up for ourselves, but I wouldn't want to give that advice out now to anyone in case they do that and then something happens to them. But I'm going to give you my number one piece of advice at the end of this video. How about I teach you how to dodge punches first?
All right.
Okay, when I throw my right, I want you to dodge to your left. When I throw me left, you're going to dodge to your right. Are you ready?
Hey, Dhar Mann fam. I hope you guys like the message. I'm gonna have my friend Tony tell us about his story.
So when I was young, I got bullied, and one thing that I learned from this experience was never give up. And because I didn't give up, that's how I ended up achieving all I achieved in my life so far. So if I've got one message for you, it's don't give up.
That's awesome. We love that. Thank you so much, Tony, for collaborating with us. And thank you guys for watching. And please remember, we're not just telling stories.
We're changing lives.
And we'll see you in the next video. Okay, let's get back to training.
So my advice to anyone getting bullied would be learn boxing, learn self-defense, learn how to throw your hands. That won't just give you confidence, that will help you if you're ever in a situation where you really need to throw these. Now, if you're a bully out there, stop. I mean that, stop, because this affects people for the rest of their lives. It worked out well for me, but for a lot of other people, it doesn't work out so well. And if you ever do see someone getting bullied, please try and stop it if you can. If not, tell a teacher, tell an adult, a grown-up, because it is serious and it can ruin people's lives. I really hope my story has helped maybe inspire you to learn boxing, to never give up, because if I give up then, when I lost that fight or lost other fights, which I did lose, I wouldn't be where I am today and achieved all that I've achieved in my life. Now, final thing before I go, if you do want to learn boxing, click here and watch this video next where I give you the ultimate guide to boxing. I'll break it all down for you. So click here and watch this video next.